Libra, welcome to your new moon in Pisces reading for February 19th through 20th, 2023. A couple of days, but even a couple of days before and after the new moon, you can feel its effect. The theme for your next 2 to 4 weeks is death. So that's transformation. It is the ending of one thing, the beginning of something else. It's transformation. So let's see how that's playing out in your 2 weeks. You're going to see some big changes, I do believe. The Two of Pentacles, which is trying to keep things in balance. Also your emotions, right? And the Ace of Swords. Nice. Okay. Let's see what I get here. Okay, well, maintaining balance, but doing it happily. So I don't know if you are somebody who finds it difficult to deal with challenges or multitasking, but it's very possible that there's a transformation happening. But if you think about this, this is the infinity symbol, and juggling isn't necessarily a difficult, well, it's a difficult thing to do, but it's not emotional. So it's a fun challenge, I would say, or it's a fun task that you kind of have to approach the situation with. But you'll find clarity with the Ace of Swords, whatever it is. Now, sometimes this is financial juggling. And it can make, right, your emotional waters a little bit choppy. But the card is saying that things should be approached through a bit of a happier energy, a lighter energy, if you will. The Ace of Swords is taking a new action on something. It's a new cycle of action, and it is triumph and security. It is the truth. So you can be finding the truth in situations that kind of leave you emotionally topsy-turvy. Truth can come out, right? But it is taking action, decisive action with clarity. It is triumph and security. It's the Excalibur card, so only the true can wield its power. So it's truth. It's truth and honesty as well. We'll get more information. Let's just finish out the first layer, and then we will go back in and find out what's going on with this. But there could be some changes in your financial or work structure. So you have the Tower card there. That is definitely going to bring some changes with the Death card. This is the aha moment, right? So clarity. This is the hand of God that wipes away what is no longer necessary in your life and allows you to rebuild on solid ground. Now, this is you and how you're reacting to this. So things could be a bit of a shock for you, or with the Death card, you could want to just restructure things. If that's kind of what it feels like to me here. These are very much in the beginning stages of something, right? 1 and 2. It's just the beginning of a cycle. So it's really a good time that if it's not working out, right, with the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling situations, maybe 2 jobs, 2 positions, 2 families, that kind of thing. And there needs to be some restructuring going on. Let's see where that, okay, your cards are a little unruly, so there can be some things that are unruly that kind of get out of your hands. I want to say things are getting a little bit out of your hands, and I think you maybe want to pull back some of that control. You have the Queen of Pentacles there. So this is probably how you're behaving. This is my Aquarius card. And this is a very practical way of dealing with this situation. She's highly focused, but she's practical. And she's earthy, so she uses the things of the earth. If it is health, you could take very practical steps to getting your health back in order, understanding your situation better, and taking steps to balance your life out a little bit more. Maybe it can't all be work and no play, or maybe it can't just be family and no play. There needs to be a delicate balance going on here. And she takes very practical steps to do that. But here's the other thing about the Queen of Pentacles. She gets what she wants. That's my that's my thing with her. Yes, she's a new age healer, or she can use like homeopathy or nutritionist. So maybe your nutrition needs to get back in order a little bit. With this, though, there's a mental capacity to it. This, there can be physical and financial. This is action and your mental attitude. And so you might be concentrating on those things for yourself because I don't know, maybe you've heard some news where your cholesterol is off the charts or something. And so you have to bring that back into balance. It's that kind of energy. It's bringing something back into balance. But it's like news that you hear that you're like, "Ooh, okay, I better get a handle on that," let's say. It doesn't have to be tragic. It doesn't have to be, it can just be that moment of like, okay, the quarter dropped. I get it now. I understand it and I see it clearly. And now I'm going to take practical steps to bring it back into balance. And you will with the Ace of Swords. That's triumph and security. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is it's a gamble. Life is a gamble, right? But it's also a change of luck. And from here, we can see that luck is a little bit less than it should be. And so when you're at the bottom of the wheel, you get to move to the top. So there's a change of luck for you. And that can be with or concerning a Page of Wands. This can also be a study of some sort. The Page of Wands is, for me, a student card. He's the adventurer. So maybe it's a little bit too much work and not enough play, because the Page of Wands indeed likes to play. He's a very good member of a group. So if there's some group that you want, that you find that might help you to balance things out, you may just run into a group. It's lucky, right? It's the Wheel of Fortune, so something lucky happens. It can also be luck for a child that you may have. The Queen of Pentacles can be a mother, because she's fertile, right? But there's also this something that we learn from the whole situation. So it could even be that you take whatever was difficult, because this is transformation. Remember, it's death card. It can be that you take what you have learned and you can make a career out of it. So let's say you had a situation where your health was a little bit out of balance, and you can become a nutritionist from it, that you've learned so much how to balance yourself that you would like to delve further into the situation and use it to your advantage, to becoming something or helping other people in that way with the Page of Wands. So let's get some clarification cards here. Let's start with the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You have the Moon. Okay. So the Moon is going to affect you during this period. And sometimes, indeed, the Moon can bring up psychological situations. It can bring up emotional. And it can actually also be physical. And with that Two of Pentacles, I just feel like it could be a physical situation. It might even be keeping your weight in balance. Because for me, the Two of Pentacles, sometimes this person is weighty. And often I can get like legs, like pressure in the legs or pain in the legs. I can't honestly say I'm feeling that for you, but sometimes it's that physical kind of thing. And it's also sexuality. The Two of Pentacles is sexuality. So there could be something there that needs to find its balance. But again, you do that. And it's the Moon is things that are unclear. So you find clarity. And that's the good thing, because the Ace of Swords is saying, there's clarity there. So anything that is a little bit evasive, elusive, um, hard to pin down, you you get that clarity, which I think then feeds into the Tower card. Okay, now it's time to change something with the Tower card and the Death card, right? And well, you have the Sun. So you have the Sun and the Moon. Okay. There is healing with the Sun. There is this feeling of regeneration, rebirth. This is great to go with the it's illumination. So also that aha moment with the Tower card, like you really get it now. The quarter really drops. There's this feeling of rebirth and youth and the spotlight, which would go well with the Page of Wands, because I do believe the Page of Wands does not mind at all being in the spotlight. In fact, I think they really thrive on it. But it's a very social card. It's fun. So if you've been too busy doing other stuff, maybe you get the opportunity now to be in the spotlight, to be free, to be childlike, to enjoy some sunshine. That may even have been a thing. Spring is coming. Times are changing, and it's getting lighter or staying lighter longer. And that can be a lot of things for people who can be depressed when there's not enough sun. So light therapy, right? But the sun. It also is a great source of vitamin D. So yeah, at least 15 minutes in the sun somewhere on your bare skin is really good for you. Okay, and you have the Hierophant card for the 10, the Wheel of Fortune and Sagittarius. This can be marriage. I don't see a lot of love cards here, but there could have been a romance that was a little bit out of balance, and maybe things find balance again. Um, and it's a general reading, so it's a lot of things for a lot of people. This is just the general energies. The Hierophant is my no card. So you have yes and no. It's just silly. You may be saying no to a particular gamble, though. Something that you're unsure of, you might say no. That's also possible. Or if there's a new romantic person, or you're dealing with two different people, there's one that you could say no to, and one you could say very much yes to, because the Hierophant is also marriage. But it's also organizations. It is traditions. So there can be a wedding to attend to, and maybe you were unable to go because of finances, something like that. The Hierophant is tradition, traditionals, it's asking permission. It's red tape as well. So it's like the DMV or any large organization you have to deal with. You have to fill out the forms, that kind of thing. I do want to get one more card for this, get some clarity there. But I do say with the gamble, there can be something that you may get a no answer to. And you're just like, well, let me see if it happens or if I can do it. And you may get a no. Well, you have the Lovers, so this could be a choice in romance as well. But it is being at a crossroads, and you kind of have to make the decision now. And now, in this particular thing, and maybe it's towards the end of the 2 weeks or the 4 weeks, there can be a no answer. But that's because you find clarity here in another situation. So this might give you clarity to say no to another situation. And again, remember, we're dealing with two things here. So one thing is yes, the other thing you know for certain by the end of the 2 weeks that it's a big old no. So that makes more sense to me. Yes to one thing, no to another. But the Lovers is asking you to make a choice. And the Lovers wants to know if you want something more mundane, right? Do you want the hot, sexy person? Or do you want somebody who's a little more stable that you your frequencies match more, or there's a higher level of love there, and it's not just so much physically based, but they have a beautiful mind and a beautiful spirit. But, maybe you don't want to walk across the street with them. It's that kind of energy. And maybe it's not that hairy, but you understand what I mean. There's a dichotomy. There's two choices here. And one of them is mundane, one of them is earthy, and the other one is loftier. The other one is higher frequency, higher vibe, something more spiritual, something more lofty. Okay. Yeah, you are going to say goodbye to something. And it could be something that you fought hard for in the past, but now it doesn't serve you. It doesn't give you that same emotional lift that it used to. And you're kind of just at that crossroads. But I think in these 2 to 4 weeks, you really get that, you really get the information that helps you to make that decision. And that's a good thing. So it could even be, if this is work, taking a job that pays more, or taking a job that you love. That kind of energy. Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know, because I think that's always helpful. You have the Queen of Pentacles. She's making a show of herself. She's been in a few readings already. But it's nice because the Queen of Pentacles gets what she wants. She is associated with Aquarius for me. And she's kind of like, she's a practical person. She makes her decisions very practically. And she can be like a nutritionist. She can work with the earth, pets. She can be a nurse, a doctor. Something in regards to health, so that's why I said maybe a fitness instructor or something like that, but there's that kind of energy with her. And I think the main thing is she can be somebody here in the picture. She may be somebody who helps you to find clarity. She could be your choice, or she could be you, and just the fact that you get what you want. And that is always nice, I think. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. And I do dailies, and I am putting out that journaling video this week. So take good care. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Bye.